Hi angels, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing my winter recommendations video, which isn't the same thing as favorites. This is more things that I think will help people who may relate to the things that I go through in the winter, how to get through winter and kind of really tap into that energy without feeding into not dangerous habits, but kind of unhealthy ones. Because I think winter is the time where people really retreat into themselves. A lot of depression, a lot of heavy emotions. Winter is very heavy, winter is very intense, and these are my recommendations to get through it. Before I get into that though, I am wearing my faux fur coat I got for Christmas last year. It is absolutely way too hot for me to be doing this in my room, even at like 8 o'clock at night, but it's still been too warm here this winter so far to wear it out of the house. And I love this coat so much. I've only gotten to wear it maybe like not even 5 times from last winter to now. So I am wearing her. She's so gorgeous. As I was saying, winter is a really heavy time, and I personally deal with not necessarily seasonal depression because I have depression year-round, but my depression during winter feels very different from my depression in the summer. I get sad in winter because it feels lonely. The intensity of feeling isolated and very withdrawn is way more prevalent than when I'm Thank you, ring light. As I was saying before my ring light decided to kill itself, these are my recommendations for things I like to do to kind of dig myself out of my own mind and focus on other things. So the album that I recommend for winter is Perverts by Ethel Cain, which, like, no surprise that it's Ethel Cain. And I love all of Ethel Cain's works, but I'm mentioning Perverts specifically because that is a winter album. It came out January of this year, which crazy that it's almost been a year. But every single track is just this insane cycle of thought and feeling, thinking about the feelings, both from yourself and from Ethel Cain's perspective of who she's writing about or the subject matter. It's a very intense album. It's very experimental, maybe. A lot of ambient drone noises, a lot of creepy, unsettling energies and harmonizations and singing. I fuck with it very heavy. My personal favorites are, and I'm sorry if I butcher the names, a lot of these are words I hadn't heard of before, Vacillator, Owenist, Perverts, obviously. The entire album, front to back, is incredible. Pull Drone, that's a really good one, really intense. So I think that album is required listening to for winter, especially if you're a weird, depraved girl or like that kind of energy. So that's the one album I recommend. Obviously there's like other songs and stuff, but that's like the main takeaway for music for winter, I think. Yeah, that album is incredible. I would listen to it year-round. I do listen to it year-round, but especially in winter, this is like the peak time to be getting into it. Next is what to watch for winter. I have 2 movies. I only have one as a physical copy. So first one is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This movie has nothing to do with the holidays, I believe. Same with the other movie I'm about to mention. Both are romantic stories, and I don't even know if they take place in the winter. They might even take place during the summer, but for some reason I associate them with winter. I always watch these movies sometime between like November to February. As soon as it's cold out, I'm like, I need to watch those. So Portrait of a Lady on Fire, a lot of yearning, takes place in the 18th century, I believe, in France. This is a movie that feels cold. Like when you're outside in a really cold day and you come inside, you're trying to adjust to the temperature, so like your skin kind of hurts. That's how I feel with this movie. Very beautiful, very emotional. What it has in common with my other movies are both of these are movies about women loving women, which we love to see. As a bisexual girl, I'm obsessed with movies about lesbian romances. And the other movie is The Handmaiden from 2016. That one is fucking insane. I don't want to tell you anything about it because that is one of the best movies to go into it blind. All you need to know is that we love lesbians. And again, this is another movie that is not set during winter. The weather isn't important to either of these movies. It's just how it makes me feel, and the best time to dive into those feelings or revisit them is always winter season. So Handmaiden and Portrait of a Lady on Fire, definitely check those out if you can. If you haven't seen it, I very, very, very highly recommend both of those. Next is what to read. I chose 2 books. First one is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I rated this book, I think, either 3.5 or 4 stars out of 5. This is a really good book to read during the winter because it's about the main character's breakdown and her lack of mental stability. I think that's always something I'm drawn to during the winter. Everyone goes a little fucking crazy, especially around the holidays. I will say, I have a lot of criticism for Sylvia Plath, specifically relating to her racism, and me including this book in this does not discredit any of that or make it not important. There's a lot of very valid criticism about Plath as a writer and this book, because some of that racism is in this book, as it is in pretty much all of her works. But I do think that this book in particular, if you're ever to read a book by Sylvia Plath, this should be it because of its historical significance, especially relating to mental health. You can form your own thoughts and opinions on it. I'm not saying that like I stand by this book 100% because I don't. This is a modern classic, I believe, so this is a book that everyone should read at least once in their lifetime, even if they don't like it, definitely during the winter. Now, this book I did rate 5 stars because I love everything I've ever read by Mary Oliver, and that is Evidence, poems by Mary Oliver. I specifically chose Evidence because I didn't want to pick one of the really big poetry books. I have some heftier books from her that has way more poems, but this is a nice, smaller, curated collection of poetry. What I took away from this book was there's evidence of beauty and a higher being, not necessarily God, but just like how the universe unfolds in nature and onto humans and animals. That beauty is everywhere and you can find it everywhere. And I think that's something to be reminded of in winter, when things are cold, when things lose color outside. Everything just feels very bleak. This book isn't even 100 pages long, and I have so many poems in here that I marked as a favorite. So always read poetry in the winter. Read it all year round, but winter's perfect for poetry. And if you have never read Mary Oliver, please start. You will not regret reading anything by Mary Oliver, and this is a good jumping in point, I believe. So then we have scents for the winter. Everyone should have one really nice candle if they can to burn in their room. One like really good candle, not necessarily expensive, it could be, but just your favorite scent, and one that you kind of savor as a candle, where you don't want to light it or finish it because you know, it's your favorite. I think winter is the perfect time to burn that candle, to indulge in it and let it burn all the way through. And mine is By the Fireplace by Replica. I have finished it. I've been trying to clean my jar to repurpose it. And I have another candle by Replica. I have Jazz Club and I'm working through that one. And once I'm done with that one, I will repurchase By the Fireplace because it is my favorite candle scent I've ever smelled. Literally like a fireplace. I love the smell of burning logs. I love the smell of smoke. And this is perfect to call upon that feeling, that memory. Makes you feel warm from the inside out. I love this one. I recommend this scent truly for like everyone to try in winter, but even if it's not this one, let yourself burn that candle and indulge in it. That's like the best thing to do. Lastly, I wanted to talk about what activities I'm doing for winter. One is journaling. This is my Kiki's Delivery Service journal. And fun fact about this, my sister bought me this journal 2 or 3 times because she kept forgetting that she bought it for me. And she knows I love Kiki's Delivery Service. That's my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. So she would get excited every time and be like, oh my god, look what I got for you. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. She would give me this and I'm like, thank you. This is the 3rd one you've given me, but I'm using them. I love Gigi. So this has been my journal for the past few months. When I started the Artist Way earlier this year, it got me into the habit of journaling, doing my morning pages, 3 pages a day of just stream of consciousness writing. I think everyone should be doing journaling. I definitely recommend the morning pages method from the Artist Way, but if it's only a page, if it's right until you feel like you're done with what you need to express, do that. But I think winter is the perfect time to journal, to force yourself to journal. If you either don't do it, don't want to do it during the winter. It will help your mental health and those endless cycle of thoughts that you might get stuck in if you're anything like me. Journaling helps so much. You don't have to write about anything in particular, just whatever comes to mind. If you have something that you want to get out, this is the place to do it. It is your safe space. This is for you and no one else. I recommend journaling as a form of therapy almost. I mean, obviously not a professional by any means, but that's like one of the easiest things you can do to help yourself if you feel stuck and lonely, because I view my journal as kind of its own entity. It's my safe space to talk to, and even if it never converses back with me, I still get something from it, and I walk away with some feeling of peace, or I've thought about things in a different way. And lastly, Sudoku. I was showing my Sudoku book to Sarah, and she said, "Why is there a sexy lady on the cover?" Mind you, that's a pencil. I see where she got that from, but that is a pencil. I love puzzles. I love pattern recognition. I'm very good at it, almost detrimentally so. Sudoku is one of my favorite, if not my favorite form of puzzles. It quiets my brain. Anytime I'm anxious, I turn to Sudoku, whether on my phone or a physical version. I've been trying to get into doing physical versions more because I want to limit my screen time on my phone. And I do like having Sudoku on my phone for if I'm out in public or like waiting for my flight to board, something like that, where it's easier to do it on my phone and I need to be distracted in the moment. But at home, I work on a physical Sudoku book. I just like anything with pattern recognition where I can rule out options and narrow things down. So fun for me. So great for my Virgo ass brain. Yeah, I love Sudoku. If you've never tried it, try it. I was trying to explain to my friend Becky what Sudoku is, but it's so hard for me to verbalize. But it's just one of those games that once you get it, it clicks. I think I've been playing Sudoku since I was a kid, probably in elementary school when they give us like those puzzle packets or whatever, and it just stuck with me. I love Sudoku. So those are my winter recommendations. Winter is hard to get through, but we will get through it together, divas. Let me know what your winter comforts are, what you turn to get through winter, because I'm always looking for other people's recommendations to try things. It's a rough time for us all, so be kind and empathetic and do your best. Just do your best to get through it, divas. We will get through it. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye, divas.